Just talk about the last. Let's talk about the last few moments of that game. You fall behind on those 2 free throws, I think, with 4+ minutes left, and the response that your team had.
Oh, us?
Us? Oh, I thought Cheryl was going. Go ahead, Fee.
I think just staying calm in those moments. You know, we've talked a lot about how it's not going to be easy. We're in the playoffs. Everyone is fighting for their lives, and we're playing against really good teams. And so when we get in those situations, I think just staying calm and executing what we have to do on the other end, and getting stops when we come back on defense. So really just keeping our head in those situations.
Coach, what did you see?
Yeah, same. There was, a lot of frustration, sort of along the way, really starting with, maybe 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, running through the rest of the game, where we just, we were accustomed to being a little bit better defensively. And so, and then was taking the ball in the net so frequently. When you give up, 53 points and a half, you're taking the ball in the net so much. And so, there was frustration at the other end as well. But you have to, and this is what, this group is terrific at, is, we can talk about all that after the game. We can watch video. We can meet with each other. Right now we got to win. And this group knows how to do that.
Fee, the second most points ever scored by a Lynx player in playoff history.
Maya?
What?
Maya?
Yeah.
It's first one.
You got it.
And you tied the most free throws made, and that's Simone. So you came close to Maya, and you tied Simone tonight. Just talking about your
Dang,
game.
that one missed free throw.
That's right.
Just talk about your game. I mean, they threw like 3 different defenders at you during the course of that one, didn't they?
Yeah. I think I was just taking open shots, and my teammates got me a lot of easy shots, playing with Courtney in the pick and roll, finding, situations where we could take advantage of their defense. So really with the same as every game with my team, I think we just play so well together. We have so many assists on all of our baskets, and I got a lot of easy shots because of unselfishness with our team.
For either player, Bridget said that last 3 she took was supposed to go to you, but things got kind of discombobulated and she was forced to take it. She said she heard the crowd counting down the shot clock.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how big that shot was and how she's kind of getting to be the norm for her.
Yeah, that was huge. I was telling Bridget, like, that side of the floor, she's just absolutely insane. It's crazy the shots that she's getting over there. It's just so fun to watch. I mean, BC, I think, just all year has been such a game changer for us in many different ways, not just in shot making, even though these last couple games she's had amazing shots at the end. But, again, I always rave about how BC is always doing what's needed for the team, no matter the situation. And so it's really fun when she makes those huge daggers for us.
Last question for me. Alana Smith's block on Nurse from behind.
Yeah.
Maybe the play of the game.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, for sure. Going back in there, we needed Lan to be able to finish this game for us. We trust her so much defensively, and her making that play is exactly what we expect from her.
Coach, when Fee is playing like that and just so versatile, how does that open up everything else for the other players on the court in a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, Fee's an MVP runner-up to a historical season by Asia Wilson. And so Fee's season has been just terrific in terms of the way that she carries us, creates easy opportunities for other people. In the case of today, collapsing the paint so much, and we'll get a little bit better about playing behind Fee, so there's not so much pressure on her every time that we throw it in there. But when Fee's playing like that, when your best player plays like the MVP that she is, that bodes well for the rest of the group. Fee's the first player in league history, and Abby, make sure I get this stat right, in playoffs to record more than 30 points. Score 38 points and have the assists and the rebounds and the block shot. First player in league playoff history. So Fee just kind of continues on this tear of, being the first to do these things. And the great thing about Fee is that it's just so much more than scoring. That's why it's so special. That's why she's the first in league history to do so many things, because she's a box score stuffer. It's well beyond scoring.
Fee, almost unanimous second place in MVP race, won third place vote somehow. What did you make of just being, in that position, being rewarded for how well you've played so far this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just comes from playing as hard as you can every game, winning games and again, I always come back to my teammates. They always put me in great positions. You don't get the accolades and all those things without winning games, and you do that as a team. So yeah, it feels good to get that. Really kudos to Asia. She had an amazing year. I think she deserves to get MVP. But obviously I'm going to come for her next year and do my best again. But it was really fun, and I always rave about how great this group is, and we have bigger goals than that as well. So we're going for the chip, so that's what our goals are set on.
Cheryl, how does today's game set or not set the tone for the rest of this series?
I think it's the epitome of what a series is and will be, what the series will be, which is, the game and the series are not won in the first 5 minutes, not won in the first quarter, it's not won in the third quarter, it's 120 minutes. And this game embodied that. And it wasn't over when we had a double-figure lead. It wasn't over when we lost. We lost the third quarter. It's not over. And so I think that's what I took from this game is this is what playoff basketball is. This is what it's like to be in a series. And you have to be so level-headed through the ups and downs and stay true to who you are, know what your staples are. And I thought our group did a pretty good job of that.
Coach, when you acquired Myisha Hines-Allen at the deadline, you talked about her being an experienced player with a championship experience on the 2019 Mystics. 6 of her 10 points in the fourth quarter felt like she and Courtney really had it going on. Just how beneficial is it in those fourth quarters where things get a little hairy to have a player who's been there before? And,
beneficial is a great word. Might not be strong enough. It was crucial. It is absolutely crucial. It's like if someone else is struggling, and you can put someone else in that can pick them up and then give them a moment to collect themselves and then go back in, and just that tandem, it was crucial for us. And Myisha's play has been crucial to us, obviously beyond today, but obviously winning a playoff game was crucial for us.
And for K-Mac, when you and Land came back in last 2 minutes, you guys outscored him 11-3 over those final 2 minutes. Felt like the defense really just jumped up a notch in those last 2 minutes to buckle down and get the job done. Just how did you assess the defensive performance and putting it all together to bring the game home in those last couple minutes?
I mean, there's a lot of trust there. I think Land's block was kind of the, that epitome of those last couple minutes. I thought everybody had their moments throughout the game, but I think that we just have a lot of trust in our identity, which is built on defense. So, like I said, it's playoff atmosphere. Every possession is just like you can feel all the energy in every possession. So knowing that you have that trust and that cohesion within our defense, it helps in those moments.
Fee, you played 39 minutes and 52 seconds, I think. Just how do you pace yourself through a game to play almost the entire thing?
I feel like I don't really pace myself. I try to play as hard as I can every possession, and I try to make myself put myself in that position where I'm in shape enough to do that. I feel good. It doesn't feel like I played the whole game. I feel like I could still play more. And you're such in the heat of the moment. You're not thinking about being tired. You're thinking about what needs to happen for you to win that possession.
And then K-Mac, you've spoken a lot about being a complete player this season, playing defense, doing whatever it takes to win. You're guarding Taurasi today, making big shots in the fourth quarter. How do you do just a little bit of everything in a game?
I just want to win. I want to be at my best for this group. I just think whatever it takes. Every game is a little bit different. You try to be the best version of yourself in that game. And like I said, it's just doing all the little things to help us win games, whether it's shooting threes, playing defense, whatever. Like just making free throws. Like I take a lot of pride in all those details and what I need to be for this team. But going against Diana, since my whole career, I've enjoyed the matchup, and I know I can be better in a lot of ways. And so watching the game back and doing things. I mean, she's one of the best of all time for a reason. So I just want to come back and have a different mindset going into game 2.
Coach, how was it actually watching Courtney set the tone out there, offensively, playmaking, and then her energy tonight as well, just giving some energy to the team? Yeah,
she was pretty pesky defensively, getting in there, digging, knocking ball away. I thought she was very active in that way. When she's playmaking, it's really good for the entire team. I thought she got good shots. They just, not as many fell for her. But I liked the shot attempts that she got, and when she came back in that game, and her 2-man decision making was just outstanding, and that's That's why we brought her here, one. But two, that's why it's like, why we brought her here, because I didn't want to have to guard that anymore, because she's so good at that. But yeah, no, Courtney was terrific.
Both you guys and Phoenix didn't have too much disparity in your like home versus away records this season for each of you guys respectively. But do you feel like in the postseason that atmosphere of playing home versus playing away changes at all?
Oh yeah, I think playing at home it's one of the reasons why you worry about the seating and things like that, having that home court advantage. Because when you do have the ebbs and flows of a game, being at home, it matters. I think for us, at least, we love playing here. We think we have one of the best arenas, if not the best, in the WNBA. So we know, when we need them, they're going to be the loudest, and we take a lot of pride in protecting our home court. So it matters. Winning home games in the playoffs, puts you in a really good position to come out on top.
And then my other question was, Cloud had a really strong performance tonight. Is there anything specifically defensively you want to target with her, limiting her next game?
Yes.
Not to give away secrets, but is there anything tonight that you feel like she did?
We didn't
especially
execute
well?
the game plan very well. That was not our intention, the way things turned out. But we tried to recover from it, but the fire was lit. Yeah.
One last follow-up from me. You said that now is not the time. You'll look at the film, you'll go over everything. I mean, they shot 50% tonight. That's very uncharacteristic for you guys defensively. Are you confident that when you look at the film, the adjustments will be there to be able to get back against these guys, what you've kind of done all year?
Are you guys confident?
Yes, very confident.
Yes.
We knew what we didn't get done.
We know, yeah, we
Yeah.
know. And
And I'm sure, the other team feels the same.
yeah,
So that's what makes it a fun series.
Figure out one of the great UConn players of all time. Obviously, Diana has been a lot of talk about her future and what Game 2 might mean. What have you thought about that, if at all, in terms of just what she may do after this season?
What she may do after the
Yeah.
season? I have no idea. I feel like this is a question for DT. I don't know. I mean, if it seems like it's her retirement tour, I don't know. She's been pretty quiet about it. But, I mean, she's obviously, like you said, a UConn grade, a league GOAT, So I feel lucky to have been able to play with her on Team USA and against her, and hopefully we can end her career on Wednesday.
We'll now pivot to the Zoom and take a question from Daniel.
Yes, how y'all doing? This is Daniel Artest from the 9450. So just going into Game 2, it seems like in this game, y'all kind of cracked the door open regarding confidence. How do y'all go in Game 2? Is it like a sense of urgency, being that you don't want to play a decisive Game 3 on the road, and everything like that? So how y'all going about the message for Game 2?
Oh, I mean, I think our sense of urgency should be there the entire time. It's playoffs, I think we're treating 40 minutes at a time. You make your adjustments, the other team makes your adjustments, and you go out and you play as hard as possible because every game, every moment, every possession matters, and it's the playoffs, so you're treating it like win or go home, and I think our sense of urgency should never drop.
And I thought both
another
teams
question.
had an appropriate level of
Yeah, for
sense of
sure.
urgency in this game.
For sure.
That both teams had that.